Hi guys, and welcome to this week's lesson. Today we're going to be discussing trajectories with your pitch shots and how to create spin with those pitch shots, and just sort of try and figure out what height you think you should be hitting that versus what height it actually does come out at. So a very important thing here is, for some reason when I play with my students, I see them always trying to pop the ball up as high as possible and get it to land as softly as possible next to the flag. Where when we're watching the PGA Tour, we see the guys actually driving the ball a little lower, where it takes one or two skids and then it stops a little bit faster. So it's not going straight up and landing softly and just taking one or two bounces. It's actually taking two bounces and then checking up. So when I get around the green, I try and discuss maybe hitting a pitching wedge or a 9-iron quite often with my students, just to let them see that flight. The truth is, you can actually hit these shots with your wedges. It's a little bit more risky, and you just need to do it with the right technique, because there is a bit of risk involved, and there is that chance, because you need speed for that spin, that the ball could go a little bit too far with the wrong technique. So the standard shot would definitely be the safer bet here. In this situation, I'm pitching it into an upslope, so I need that ball to come out a bit lower, take one or two hops, and then stop. For this, there's two things that are going to change. So instead of having the ball sort of in the center, I'm going to move that ball sort of in the middle of my right foot, and I'm just going to lean the shaft slightly ahead. Not much, not like this, just slightly ahead. And we're going to follow the same technique. So what we really need to focus on is that we're going to hinge that elbow, not our wrist. So we're going to just hinge our elbow up this way, and then from there we're going to try and hold our hands in front. So we're going to hold that loft on the club face, and then rotate with our chest, and keeping our sternum over the ball as long as possible, but maintaining this angle. That'll hold the angle that'll make the ball come out a bit lower, as opposed to flicking it with our hands this way. As you can see, I'm presenting a lot of loft, but I'm also presenting the leading edge of that club, which causes me to top the ball when it goes too far. So we know the setup. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So I'll hit a standard one first. You'll see this one pops up a little bit higher. So your standard shot would pop up quite high and land a bit softly and then roll out. Where your lower shot, you want to try and feel like you keeping that ball back and you're driving down into the ball a little bit more. It requires a little bit more speed from the chest, not from the hands. And then remember to hold those hands forward. So the lower one will look a bit like this. So as you can see with the lower one, it comes out a lot lower, takes a few skids and stops. Sometimes you do need that shot. Let's say if you've got water behind or you're trying to land it into an upslope, you can actually trust the fact that that ball's going to hit the bank, but it won't stop immediately. Whereas if it's popping up and hitting the bank, you have all the chance in the world that it's going to roll back down. So as you can see, it is a risky shot, but just note the important things with the hands, making sure that the hands are not starting that downswing or flicking at the ball. We want to maintain the hands in front, holding that angle and making sure our sternum turns over the ball. Make sure we're driving into the ball with a little bit of speed. And the most important thing is getting the right strike to get that spin. Give this a try before you try it on the golf course. Have a few practices before you give it a go while you're playing with your friends. And you're sure to see good results and better scores. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.